Hey man, it's more of a test run. Has anybody actually? Oh, see, I don't know if I can actually hear myself here. Yeah, this is just as mentioned, it's a bloody test run. I have just trying to see how this works, so I don't mess up when I start, whenever it is that I start going live. Once a week. I don't know who's watching, but let me know if you can actually hear me. If there's any audio problems or any such thing. Hey guys, if you're actually there listening, pop up on the chat and let me know if you can actually hear what I'm saying. If there are any audio problems, anybody. Fucking come on! I got two people watching right now. One of you fucking get on. Timothy Blades, you motherfucker. Test. Live from fucking Toronto. No, you fucking dickhead. I'm in Antarctica, for God's sake. I mean, come on. Get on. Are you fucking still lying in bed? Wait, what's the time there? Yo, TB, you want to get on? Legend of Sandman? Where the fuck is Sandman coming in? Why the fuck would I have Sandman on? SFM, okay. Zeta, I think I've spoken to him only once, so not too sure. Shining, yeah, Shining's fun. It's a lot of fun to talk to the fucker. I think I like MGTOW music as well, but I don't know. I don't know from where the fuck you got Sandman, Timothy.
What's going on?
Hey, mate, what's happening?
Not much.
I'm just giving this.
When I first started watching Big Top videos, of course, I went from Hodge Twins, which isn't MGTOW, but Hodge Twins, the video list ended up sprinkling in Sandman and stuff. Next thing I knew, I was watching all these different MGTOW content videos, and it seemed like every single one of them was from Canada. I'm like, what is going on? And like the theme was everybody was from Toronto. So I was getting a kick out of that. And if I find out that a MGTOW is from Canada, I was like, oh, you're from Toronto? And they're like, no, I'm from Calgary, wherever. But it's I can't help it. It's amusing to me.
You know what? The thing is, the funny part is, I'm actually creating the videos for Indians and things like that. So I concentrate on what's happening in India, and when I speak about Evo cycle things like that, I concentrate on the whole. But the majority of my viewers are fucking from the US. I've got around 42% of my viewers from the US when I was checking the demographics.
Yeah. Same with me. The majority is from the United States, but I think Canada is probably number 2. Australia is up there as well. UK,
for me,
there's quite a few.
India is number 2. Luckily, I think I got 23 or 24% of Indians watching it, which is at least a good thing. I've got that much.
Yeah. Well, what blows me away is the amount of women I have watch my videos, because it's weird because they break it down 2 different ways. They break it down by how long they watch the videos, and how many videos they're actually watching. But anyway, I think the amount that they click on to start watching my videos is it's around 20% or something like that.
20%? That's fucking
yeah,
high.
but as far as like total overall like watch time, it's like 10 or 12, or yeah, it's like 10 or 12%. But to me, that number's high, man. That number is way
that is
high.
high. That is high. For me, it's 9%,
Yeah.
which is still high. But what the fuck, right? I mean, no matter what, you're gonna get female viewers. They're gonna want to come and check out who are these men who are checking out. Oh my god, we want to get them back into the fucking plantation.
Yeah, and the other thing is, I don't make just MGTOW videos. I make cooking videos, and I've done a couple different videos on different like mood disorders and things of that nature. It's not, there's no MGTOW tags to it whatsoever. So, because some of my bigger videos are non-MGTOW related, like, I have one of my cooking videos, I think I have 4,000 views on, which is really surprising to me, because
what do you actually put the videos on? What kind of cooking? Like what cuisine?
It's just I make the videos I've made cooking related. They're basically like good hearty meals. Most of them are like American cuisine, but they're things that are easy to make that most people don't realize that are that easy to make. Most of them are like slow cooker meals. Something you can prepare in under 10 minutes and let cook for the rest of the day. You come home and you have food ready. So
yeah,
that I understand just being around men when I was in the military and also in college and stuff. I know how single guys eat, how bachelors eat. Men that are living on their own. Everything's like if you can't put it in a microwave, they're probably getting it at a drive-through. Like for whatever reason, men don't like to cook. So
I don't know. I love cooking, man. I mean, I love fucking experimenting with shit, but mostly with the Indian spices. I mean, because I love how it all mixes together, like cumin, coriander, chili powder, some pepper.
I love cumin,
cinnamon. So I just love how everything comes together and gives you that amazing taste.
Well, for me, it was one thing led into another. Like I'm one of those guys. Like I live to eat. Like I fucking love food. That's to me on the priority list. Like what's the best thing about life is eating. So it was kind of a default. Like I needed to learn how to cook. So one thing led into another. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had to learn as well. I mean, I've been living in a boarding school since I was 12, but we used to get the food there. And even in college, we had a mess. We used to get the food, but I used to cook a little bit at home when I moved out in the third year. I moved out to a house because I got kicked out of the hostel. And I'm an asshole sometimes, so I get in trouble with teachers and things. So they kicked me out of the men's hostel. And after I went to Sydney, I couldn't eat. I mean, it's fun eating burgers and all that shit for some time, but after that, you get sick of it. And then I'm like, you know what? I actually feel like eating some of my mom's food. So I go and, give mom a call, ask her, what the fuck? How the hell you make this shit? And then she gives me the whole menu and the recipe. And I just sit and make that. I think it took me like 3 months to actually understand what the fuck I'm doing, to be honest.
Right. And to me, it's funny how my life kind of revolves around food, because not only do I cook for myself and all that other stuff, one of the main reasons I work out like I do is so I can eat the way I do. Because, man, if I didn't have a workout routine and everything else, I would be like 300 plus pounds. I already know.
I can imagine. You'll be on fat fuck.
Oh, man. Yeah, because my thing is, especially when food is good, is like portion control.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I was in the military, man, when we would hit like the buffets and stuff like Golden Corral and these other buffet restaurants, we used to have competitions, like how much food we could eat. We would count the plates. And I was always like in the top 1 or 2 spots. I know how to put away food.
Oh, fuck you. Yeah, I've
entertained like competitive eating, but I know it's not a good idea. I better not.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. That's definitely not a good idea. Unless you're those kind of people who's got a high metabolic rate.
I used to, but everybody knows as you age,
it gets Yeah, it changed. I've got a friend who's still like, he's 31. The fucker eats like, you know, those 300, 400 pound land whales that you see. He eats as much as them, but he's scrawny as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, he eats way more than I do. I have to fucking work out to even stay a little plump or whatever, you know. But these guys, they just fucking eat and eat, and I have to control my fucking diet. That's when I get fucking jealous.
Yeah, it blew me away when I was in college, man. The roommate that I had, he was my roommate for about a year because I had an apartment with an extra bedroom. But anyway, the shit that I would see him eating, just because he was so lazy as far as preparing food.
Mm-hmm.
For like dinner, he would put together shit like a big cup full of Oreos, like half a container of Oreos, and then he would pour milk over it and like eat that with a spoon, and that would be a meal for him.
What the fuck, Oreos?
Yeah, and just watching this shit like on a daily basis. And when
that's breakfast.
Yeah.
That's breakfast.
No, that would be like dinner. That would be like dinner. Just 'cause he was so lazy, he didn't want to make anything.
Damn.
No, you know, and like it was funny because right after he moved in, I never really had anything in my freezer unless there was like extra meat or something that I got, you know, from the meat section. I throw it in a Ziploc bag and throw it up in the freezer. So I didn't get into my freezer very often. And after like a week of him moving in, like I opened the freezer, and it was just like overflowing with like TV dinners and, you know, frozen lasagna that you heat up in the oven. And it just, and like that's the way that's the way most single guys eat, man.
Those things are fucking disgusting. I can't have it. I mean, I tried. I just couldn't. How do they eat it? I don't get. I mean, yeah, it's. I get that. You know, when you're hungry, you fucking eat anything.
Oh yeah, and the things that he would get out of the fast food restaurants, because he ate fast food so often, he would have to change it up. So like if he was getting something for breakfast, like from the McDonald's drive-through, he would get like extra jelly and shit, and like he would put jelly on top of everything, just to like change it up, and you know, ranch on everything, ranch dressing. Yeah, it was wasn't good.
Oh, don't tell me he fucking weighs a ton.
Man, I hit up Staying Free this morning. I was asking him if he caught that Angry MGTOW stream that he had with I think it's Some Dumb American yesterday.
Oh yeah, I fucking saw that.
Oh man, well I clicked on it because of course he had a clickbait title, but oh my gosh, that shit was so cringeworthy.
Oh fuck, dude! I just saw it. I mean, SFM just showed it to me like a few minutes back, and I was watching this. This guy sounds worse than a fucking whining feminist.
Well, I mean, the questions he was asking, like, what does it even matter? Like, how many sexual partners she's had, or you know, what things she prefers in the bedroom? Like, it's just like, what is your angle with this?
Right out the bat.
Oh yeah,
right out the bat. Fucking, do you do anal? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You don't.
I can't imagine it. This woman's only like 20 years old. Like,
yeah, 20 or 21. Oh, fuck.
And then all the weird shit about STDs, and if you had AIDS, would you try and spread it? And oh my goodness.
Okay, we've got a chat that's coming up. Fucking hell, it's just a test run. Kishan Verma, hey, make that as in solve problems. Men can still be falsely accused of rape, sexual harassment if they come across women, and still they have to pay taxes on misandry schemes. Well, fucking yeah. What do you expect? You want to go live in the forest?
Yeah, that's I don't know.
I agree. We can still be, but we reduce the risk of being falsely accused. That's all.
You know, it's that old paradigm where anyone can point to a problem, but you know, not too many people have the solution. So I think the problem that you have with most MGTOWs is they're at a point where they just don't care. They're not looking to change the system and discover, you know, a tribe of Nawalts or anything of the sort. They just, you know, they don't care. They're enjoying the decline.
Yeah, let it be. I mean, you do what you want. Live your life. I mean, some want to live the minimalistic life. I'd say go ahead. It's your choice. I don't want to live the minimalistic life. I don't see the point in it. I'm going to still enjoy my life. I don't care if I have to pay taxes. It's better than fucking getting married and, you know,
You know, and I'm one of those MGTOWs. I support some of the MRAs. I think what they're doing is a good thing, especially for a guy like me in my position that's battling custody issues in family court. However, I know it's an uphill climb, and there's not likely to be too many changes. But I don't discourage, MRAs doing what they're doing. But they're not all created equally, if you know what I'm saying. You still there? Oh, he muted his mic. Yeah, I guess this is MGTOW Indians test. I don't know.
I muted by mistake.
You got digestive problems over there or something?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, no, I muted it by mistake.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if your girlfriend called or something. And you had to take a phone call.
The fucked up part was I was still talking. I didn't even know fucking got muted.
Yeah, so like I was saying, I support quite a few MRAs, but at the same time, I understand that they're not all created equal. Like some of these guys aren't coming from like a genuine stance. Like I can't stand Paul Elam. I think that guy's like a fucking snake. He just, his whole thing is he's trying to get famous and, build a brand and all this other stuff. But there's a lot of other smaller channels and guys, they're actually, doing the right thing. And, they have good motives. So and I support that. So I know I get flack because,
I get
play
flack too.
MGTOW.
Because because I actually watched a lot of Karen Strawn videos, and that's how I actually got into this. Like I was first looking at anti-feminist videos to actually, debate feminists, and I watched a lot of Karen Strawn videos, and she explained a lot of the, human behavior using EvoPsych, and then I started watching Robert Sapolsky. So I've got a lot of respect for how Karen explains things. She's very articulate on those things. And I get flack for that too, even from SFM. SFM, he keeps calling me a fucking Karen fan.
Yeah.
But I don't mind. Fucking, I'll support who I like. That's it. I even there was this documentary which is made by an Indian female, an Indian documentary about the misuse of one of the laws in India. It's like the anti-dowry law, which also includes domestic violence and such. I had to talk about that with CS MGTOW. So I actually met her in Dubai and spoke to her. The best part is a lot of the MRAs hate her. That's I find it really funny because a lot of the other MRAs, even one of the MRAs which is actually in the documentary, she has come out vehemently, completely fucking against her, and I don't get it.
I don't care what you're doing. As soon as you have a pretty good following, a bigger platform, you're gonna have haters, man. It doesn't matter what you're doing.
No, I understand haters coming from the other group, but haters within the MRA.
Yeah, I think it would still happen.
You guys are fighting the same fight, for God's sake. I'm not going
so
to go.
hard to get people to agree on things, and there's so many topics that's covered in the manosphere,
Oh, yeah.
with the MRAs and everything. So I don't know.
It was like actually, I know this you probably hate the guy. Paul Elam. He said in the Red Pill movie that speaking about the men's rights movement is like looking at the snow, each snowflake at a time. That's how deep it is. You just keep looking and looking and looking. You can never, finish. There's more and more problems cropping up. I think it makes perfect sense. What Paul said in that particular documentary. Have you watched it?
No, I haven't. I haven't found a free version, and I'm one of those guys. I own a television, but I don't have cable or Netflix or anything like that. So
you can get it. You have torrent, right?
I have what?
You use torrents? Torrents, like the torrents, TORRENTS, like for downloading movies and shit.
No, I've never used that. I've never even heard of it. But basically, you can download movies or whatever.
Louis has said that he's got a Google Drive link.
Oh,
In the
okay,
chat.
yeah. No, I mean, I've seen a lot of, I've seen like response videos to it, and I've seen a lot of interviews with Casey J.
Yeah.
So I kind of get the gist of the movie or the documentary. I just haven't watched it in its entirety. And I want to say that Paul Elam makes a lot of great points, but the thing that bugs me about Paul Elam is I see how he's an opportunist and he's a chameleon in a lot of shit he says. Because if you want a really good example of that guy's character, search his response to groundwork for the metaphysics of the framework of fucking MGTOW, or whatever the fuck that guy's channel's name is, Marcus. When he did the migration video, the MGTOW migrant crisis, Paul Elam did a response video to that, and the shit that he said about guys going their own way or men going their own way was just, I mean, he's like cringeworthy. He was, because at the time when that video came out, it wasn't pitched in like a good light. It's like, the theories and the kind of guys that MGTOW is attracting now is going downhill and everything else. So when Paul Elam got a hold of this and he did a response video on it, man, I mean, it was like a real opportunistic moment. You know what I mean? It's like kick them when they're down.
Yeah.
And he just went into the fact, he's like, you know what? If a guy does not desire to pair bond with a woman, there's something wrong with him, because that's the majority of men. And, you're either homosexual or, you have a mental disorder. So that's what you're getting in MGTOW. And then at the same time, a month later, he's doing this Red Pill documentary, and I'm sure he had good things to say about MGTOW. He's like a chameleon, man. You can't.
I don't think he said much about MGTOW. MGTOW didn't come up until the end. It was only at the last bit. I think even in between, a few people might have spoken about it, but all they mentioned about MGTOW was basically that they were differentiating between the red pill, the men's rights movement, and the MGTOW. They're saying that men's rights activists want to change the system, red pills want to use the system to the advantage, and MGTOWs want to leave the system. So that was the explanation that Cassie J gave towards the end of the movie.
Oh, okay.
The documentary. So I think that was all pretty much what came out about MGTOW. But yeah, I have never actually seen Paul with that response video. I'll try and check it out if I can. I've seen his response videos to the feminists on Red Pill. Luis Nunez is like, check water cooler hangout for link.
There's another guy in the manosphere that is really hated amongst MGTOWs, I've noticed, and I haven't really found a reason to dislike him yet, but Stefan Molyneux or whatever.
Oh, yeah, Molyneux, yeah.
Like, I've watched quite a few of his videos, and, like, none of them made me, like, hate the dude, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, oh, man. Him and Paul Elam, man, they're up there.
I think they're mostly traditionalists, like, they're not... they still believe that men and women should get married if the system gets fixed and things like that. So if everything becomes gender neutral, all the laws and such, I think they still believe that men and women should get married. I think it's the traditional viewpoint. You've got to work for your wife. You've got to live up to that expectation. The whole man up scenario.
One of my favorite informative videos on single mothers was done by Stefan. He did a great job. He had a bunch of statistics and stuff, and just the way he outlined it, presented it. That was one of my favorite videos on single mothers. And it's long. It's like over an hour long. But most of his videos are. He was another one I watched the interview with Casey J.
I've watched a few of his older videos. I mean, he actually explains things pretty well.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm one of those MGTOWs, man. If I see a blue pillar that's married and he's enjoying his life, like I don't condemn him for that. Like, hey, if it's working for you, that's great. Because a lot of these dudes that put up, like Stefan, I know he's married, and that's like a point of contingency. Like, oh, he's a fucking blue pillar. It's like, well, if it's working for him, that's fine. As long as he's not pushing his agenda on me.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever.
Yeah, I don't care. They can say what they want. They can, you know, mock us for not being the good old men, to go back into the plantation and not get married. Uh, they can mock us all they want. Doesn't fucking matter. We've heard more than enough from feminists, and a lot of MRAs as well. There are a lot of MRAs who, sympathize with the MGTOW movement. They agree with this, but at the same time, there are so many of them who completely disagree with the traditionalist view of, marriage.
So where you're at in India, the country as a whole, you guys are probably dealing with more feminism issues than any other country, aren't you? You guys are like leading the way.
Fuck, it's a fucking disaster here, man. We've got the system's already extremely gynocentric, okay, and you've got the constitution based the same way as well. The constitution itself says, I think it's Article 15, which says that you can't discriminate based on sex, religion, yada yada yada, and then just below that, Section 3, it says that this particular thing does not stop us from creating special laws to protect women and children. So right there, it just tells you, okay, you can't discriminate unless it's against men. And these feminist and women's organizations, I mean, here they just call it, national women's organizations or women's rights groups, Commission for Women with the state name, or the state name, the city name. But all in all, they buy into the feminist doctrine, dogma, and they base everything off of that. So when you look at it, they are literally feminists. They're not like women's rights activists. They're feminists. They follow the whole patriarchy, oppressed women shit.
Wow. And I've always wondered what's the driving force behind why Dubai is like such a hot spot? Is it just like the location, or
they've got a lot of free zones, like as in you don't have anybody can come and start a business there in a particular free zone. So in some countries, like in Oman, just the country right next to it, or is it next to it? Okay, somewhere in the Middle East. In Oman, what you have to do is you need somebody from there to sponsor half of it, or you need a partner that's a local partner to start a business. You can't start it by yourself if you're an expat. But Dubai, what it has done is it opened it up, so you can start your business straight away, and it's extremely easy. It takes less than a month to start up something. I've heard of cases where it's just taken a week to start up a business. So you can just buy up an office, register your thing, and it's just done as fast. I mean, the fastest I've ever seen. So, and
I mean, you see pictures of it with the buildings and just the architecture and the amount of money that is flowing around that city with
fucking amazing. I mean, they're all in tourism. I think the most of the money they get are from tourism and banking. So I think the Middle East, Dubai is the central banking hub. So they get a shitload of money from that, and tourism. They make tons of money from that. So it's crazy there. I mean, the way they're actually moving forward is nuts. And you look at the amount of expats there. I'm talking about Europeans, Americans, Canadians. There's a shitload of them there. I mean, you'd think that they wouldn't want to come here, but there are a shitload of them here.
And then you guys have the Kardashians visiting every other month.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know who I mean, I've just heard of the Kardashians. I had a friend who used to watch the fucking show, and I'm like, seriously, dude? This was even before my MGTOW days, and I'm like, you're watching that shit? Honestly, that's just fucking disgusting.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's, back when I was married, my ex-wife, she was really into reality shows, and that was one of the ones she watched religiously. So, and if you're sharing a house with someone that's watching this stuff, even if you don't want to, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like nonstop. Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
you end up having to watch it, if you're not doing something, you end up listening to it or watching it.
Oh yeah. And it's definitely here in America, man, it's like changing things. I mean, because everybody talks like them and walks like them, and they're not the most morally sound group of people to be following,
Of course not. Fuck no.
Wow. But the funny thing is, and you can't even deny it, is the amount of men that have been associated with those 3 females, and all of them have had like disastrous outcomes.
I don't even
pending
bother to look
disastrous
into it.
outcomes.
I've
Like
never
Kanye
even
West,
bothered.
man, this dude, I can't wait to see what happens to him by the time
Oh,
they chew him up and spit him out.
oh yeah, he's gonna get fucked for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, it's already been spun. You know,
Marriage that I see from the
like
celebrity
mental
side.
issues and stuff.
No, every single marriage that I see, you know, when you hear about okay, this celebrity is married, this celebrity, I'm pretty sure within the next 10 years, or you know, maybe 12, 15 years, you're gonna see a fucking divorce.
Oh yeah.
Most of them wait out the 10 years because of the time factor for getting the 50% shit.
Oh yeah, it's the hypergamy thing.
Yeah, isn't that what Kobe Bryant's wife did? She waited out the 10 years.
I didn't know. I didn't know he got divorced.
Was it Kobe or somebody else? It was one of the basketball players.
He could have. He could have. I know that because when he got married, he married a chick that was like real young, right? Like a teenager.
I think so. I don't actually remember much.
Like 18 or 19 or something, if I remember correctly.
I have no idea. I didn't even fucking look into all this shit. But I remember reading about one of the basketball players' divorce. It's one of the famous ones. I think it should be Kobe. I'm not sure. Man, she waited out the 10 years, and it's just the 11th year she fucking filed for divorce, and then got half his fucking shit with almost $250,000.
Oh yeah. Hey, you know a good documentary to watch? It's an older one now, but it's a divorce court, and it's corp like corporation, like abbreviated corporation. I think it's like an hour and a half long.
Yeah,
that's a good one to watch. It's free on YouTube as well.
I actually went to one of the divorce courts here, and it's like, you know, everybody says that divorce rates are pretty low in India. Louis, ask SFM. He's black. He must know about the NBA. You fucking racist cunt. Okay. Anyway, so I actually went to one of the divorce courts here in the city, and you know, people keep telling me, you know, the divorce rates are low in India and blah 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 blah. Fuck! I went there. You didn't have space to even move around, man. It was fucking packed, and it's not just divorce, it's false allegations and all that shit. Looks like Timothy actually bailed out. What the fuck, Tim? Anyway, look, oh fuck, 7 people coming in. Who the fuck is here? Okay, you've got Louis, John Kramer, what's up? Timothy Plates. You fucker, you left me hanging on the fucking live show. India was always packed just like China. Oh yeah, I'm sure Mexico is, you know, is fucking actually, yeah, your population is not that large compared to India or China. We're fucking huge. We're like 1.2 billion people, 1.7. I don't know. That's fucking bonkers. You know, for a country that's
oh shit, my mic was muted. I'm talking to nobody.
I was wondering what the fuck you just bailed out.
No, I think the stream went offline for a little bit. That or my internet interrupted. I don't know.
No, I checked to see if it was still live, but you were not there in the chat when I went to the room, to the Hangouts. You weren't actually in the chat. It looks like you actually went out for a second.
No, but what I was saying was in that documentary, it was showing how Sweden has basically across the board like the same prices on everything, like child support and things of that nature. Just because, you know, you make $1 million doesn't mean you need to pay more child support. There's like set rates.
Oh, that's good.
And the other thing is you don't have to really go through the whole process like you do in America, where you have to go to court, you have to file the paperwork and all this other stuff. Like there, you file the paperwork on like what you want to do. Within 6 months, if no one complains, it's a done deal. Like you don't have to go in front of a judge. All this other stuff. And they're real big on 50-50 custody in Sweden as well.
Are you sure? I thought Sweden was a feminist-run country.
I don't. You know, it's been a while since I watched the documentary, but you know, they were just showing how it's a lot different.
Because if I heard feminism has completely taken over Sweden.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know about the the divorce process, if it's the same as when they put this documentary on. I think the documentary came out in 2014.
That's shocking because I don't know. Considering how feminists are, it'd be shocking. I mean, it's said that Sweden is literally the home base of a lot of feminists.
Yeah.
So if you look at it like that, I mean, it's a shock that they actually passed a 50-50 law for the custody, because feminists are still against it in Canada and the US. So I'm shocked they actually let it happen in Sweden, a place buzzing with feminists.
Yeah.
I mean, India will never get that for sure. I mean, not anytime soon. India will fucking hell, no way in hell. Below 5, it's automatically understood it's going to be with the mom, and after 5, basically it's still with the mom, because they'd be like, by then the kid's already not used to not being with the mom and all that fucking crap, and then they give it to the mom anyway. So yeah.
Yeah, and the reasoning behind it is, in America anyway, what I've heard, the court stance on it is it's a better scenario to have one parent with more power, just for future problems that might arise, because they can be taken care of with having, one person calling the shots with the custodial, non-custodial model that they use.
That's fucking stupid.
Well, some states there was a case like in New York. I don't know when or who was or who it was specifically, but both parents were attorneys. Both parents agreed to 50-50 custody, but the court would not allow it.
What?
Even though the parents agreed to it, they still wanted a custodial parent and a non-custodial parent.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Well, like I said, they want that. It's the model they want. And then also, when you have that division like that, it sets up one parent is going to be paying child support more than likely.
Yeah, and it's almost always going to be the father.
Oh yeah, definitely.
There's no doubt about that, is there?
Yep.
That's India is actually even. I mean, the Supreme Court actually came out with saying that only in cases of terrorism is that women won't be. It won't be considered about women's gender won't be considered in the sentencing, and they came out and openly said this. Only in cases of terrorism will women's gender not be considered while sentencing. Otherwise, it will be. If mostly it's a little covert, but this one here, it's fucking overt, and people don't really see the problem.
Right. Yeah, I just I dipped out for a little bit again. I don't know what's going on. When when the screen came back up, it flashed error 21. So
what the fuck is error 21?
I don't know. It's Google Hangouts language, so I'm going to try and search it right now.
Yeah, error 21.
Are you going to start doing streams now?
Yeah, I thought maybe I'll. This is just a test run. I thought maybe we'll start up, something next week or the week after that. Gonna do one weekly.
Yeah, I only have one request in regards to doing streams. I know that Staying Free really likes the chaotic, no one's in charge type hangout, and the topics are all over the place. But man, what makes Hangouts more successful is when there's a moderator that's actually holding it down and keeping everybody on point. And, something that's easy to follow.
Yeah, everybody has their own system, I guess. Mine's going to be a little different. I like SFM's way of doing things. It's fun sometimes, to be honest. I mean, we just go all over the place. It's fun. But yeah, I'm probably going to be, set talking about a few things. I'm going to probably pick out a topic or two. Maybe speak on a few articles. Just like, I do my videos. Maybe converse with the chat in between. I'm going to try and have something set so it doesn't go all over the place. But I honestly do like the way SFM does it. It's fucking fun. I mean, we both were actually the first stream that SFM did was with me, and then the next week I think it was somebody. I think Victor or MGTOW. One of them came on.
I haven't seen Victor in a while. I wonder what he's doing.
I saw him last week. He was online last week. He was on the chat. He came in for like a while. Yeah.
I didn't know if he was out pussy begging or something.
Well, Nah, I doubt it. I mean, that guy's got a shitload of sense. I mean, he is very smart. I love the way he thinks. Extremely smart fucker. Like I actually had a private chat with him once. We spoke for like an hour and a half. He knows his shit, man. He really knows his shit. We had disagreements here and there, but he knows his stuff.
Yeah. The thing that cracks me up about staying free, and from time to time, I know you've heard this, but he'll kind of go off talking about something, and he starts mumbling and talking real fast for about a minute, and then someone will be like, "What did you just say?" And then like he won't repeat it.
Does he do that? Fuck, I didn't notice it.
You've never noticed that?
No, because I think I'm actually okay with fast-paced speech. I usually understand it, unless he brings in some words.
He like lowers his voice. He lowers his voice and like accelerates his speech, so you can't understand what he's saying, and he goes off like for like a minute straight. And then someone will be like, "What did you just say?" He'll be like, "Oh, nothing."
I haven't actually noticed that. I don't know why.
Sometimes it's him reading out of the article or something.
Oh yeah, could be that.
Or sometimes it's just him thinking freely, But he goes off on such a tangent, like even if he wanted to remember, it'd be hard to. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck, we always go out on a tangent. I mean, I do that fucking I do that all the time. I mean, I've got to take half the share for that. I mean, half the blame for that. Because once he talks about something, and then if I've got to correct it, I talk about that. And then from there, we fucking go on a wild tangent somewhere else, and then we'll have to bring it back after some time.
Yeah, I've only actually had one stream on my channel a while back. Shit, I think it was over a year ago. I did one with Fuck Guilt back when he was active, and that was actually, it went really well, man. And we only wanted to do it for an hour, and it ended up being like 5. And towards the end, Zeta popped in, which was cool.
Oh yeah,
because it was the first time I ever did a stream. I didn't know how to run all the controls on Google Hangouts, so it started out as a clusterfuck, but it ended up pretty good. From there, I tried to hit up other channels to do streams with, and I wasn't looking for anyone other than like my channel size, because at the time I only had like 200 subs.
Mm-hmm.
So I wasn't trying to like reach out to Sandman or Turd Flinging Monkey. And man, like everybody, they either ignored me or stood me up. So that's the only stream I've ever had.
I don't know how many people are actually going to come on this stream, to be honest. I've got 600 subs. I'll probably be the same team, It'll be probably you guys, like maybe Lewis, you, SFM, Trav, or something if he wants to come on. I don't know.
Because my thing is behind a stream, if I have one, I want it to where I'm going to have like a discussion with like one other person. Mm-hmm. I don't want like a group in there. That's just not the format I like. If I was conducting it. And the other thing is, I don't want to do it all by myself. I don't want to be sitting in front of a blank screen live interacting with the chat room. That's not how I want to go about it.
I don't want to fucking do it alone as well. I can't talk for so long. I mean, I can't fucking monologue like staying free. I mean, he does it non-stop, but I can't do that. SFM just goes off, man. He can go off for fucking hours. I think there was once when I went out with a few friends, and I didn't make it back in time, and I was the only other person who was supposed to be on at SFM. He went live at the right time, and he spoke for fucking half an hour, 40 minutes alone until I fucking came on. I've got to give it to him.
Have you ever watched TFM's Twitch streams when Staying Free is in there talking to him?
TFM's, I don't watch much of TFM, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Well,
used to.
That's the way Turd Flinging Monkey does his streams. He does them through Twitch when he's playing his video games.
Actually,
anytime he has,
I saw one of those, one of his live streams.
Yeah, but have you seen one when Staying Free is in there talking to him?
Yeah, Staying Free was talking, and he was playing some kind of horror game or something like that.
Okay, yeah. Well, I think I've watched 2. I don't know how many he's done with them, but every time I watch these, they're always live. And the other thing is, Turd Flinging Monkeys, his supporters or whatever that are in the chat room, mm-hmm. they eat Staying Free alive. Like they hate the dude. because
Oh yeah, fuck yeah.
oh
Because he
man,
screams a
it
lot.
is funny.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I actually went to the comment section of one of the videos that SFM went on, and they were like, "Who the fuck is that loud motherfucker? He doesn't have any manners. He can't keep his mouth shut. He just keeps yapping and yapping and yapping."
Man, there
I'm
was
like,
one dude. He almost had me pissing my pants talking about how much he hated staying free. In that Twitch, he goes at the end of it. He goes, "Yeah, after listening to this guy for an hour, he goes, I'm going to call my ex-girlfriend now." That was he said that's how bad it was. He's like, "I'm no longer big time. Call my ex-girlfriend." Man, that shit was hilarious.
No, the whole comment section was fucking funny, man. I mean, everybody was complaining about SFM. I mean,
Yeah.
he's loud. He's loud, but you get used to it. I mean, I actually have fun with it on his chats.
Yeah. That was just funny because he wasn't when he's on his own channel. People that come into the stream or even in the chat, they're there because they like his style and everything else. So him going to a different format like TFM, it didn't have like the normal response that he usually gets, when he's doing his own thing.
Yeah, true.
Kind of funny.
It was funny. I was actually pulling his legs with that. I mean, I used to call. I think it was Louis was there as well, because I think we actually copied a few of the comments that he got and pasted it to him. Fucking pissing on him.
So you were saying that your format's gonna be a little bit different. Are you gonna talk about that?
I haven't decided on the format. This was just a test run. I was thinking, basically, I've got a few ideas here and there. I haven't actually confirmed what it's going to be, but it might be possibly a conversation with one or two. And, I'm going to be talking a lot more about India because, all the other streams we're talking about the US, the Canada, the Western countries. So I want to basically get people on and see what they think about the Indian system, and what could possibly be done, and to get more MGTOWs in, stuff like that. And I think I'll be taking a look at a few articles as well. I do that on my channel, but I thought I'll, screen share and look at a few articles. I want to try that out today. I was trying to fucking screen share, nothing's coming on.
Yeah, well, like I said, I've only done one stream, but that one I did with Fuck Guilt was pretty good because the topic that I had was, what do you think about the future of MGTOW? And like I said, we only expected to go an hour, but man, we went almost 5, and we did a really good job of staying on topic, even though I probably had more beer than I needed to drink for that. But yeah, it was pretty good. So.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of topics I like, going deep into. Different channels. It'd be cool to, just have like a one-on-one conversation, just bouncing ideas back and forth.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I actually like basically having a debate with the people because it opens my mind to new things.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like that's what happened with Victor. That's why I actually like talking to him, because we don't agree on everything, but we have a sensible debate. We try to figure out which probably is the right side, bring in actual matter of facts and such based on studies, and then understand what could be the possible reason. You should. Did you see Victor's video about the what is that? What was the video's name? Fucking hell, I forgot. Let me just look it up.
I didn't know Victor was making videos. I thought he was just a staying free MGTOW fanboy.
No, he made just a few.
He just came on the panel from week to week.
Yeah. I think he's got like 3 or 4 videos on, but one particular video of his was really good. I think it was value systems, or no, the male nature and the alt-right, which is a good video.
Oh, okay, I'll check him out. I didn't know he's making videos because he started out as like a gaming channel, right?
No, he's got only 4 videos, and it's all MGTOW videos. One is small, mine's great. The first 2 videos are just basically nothing. One is him just talking about small minds and great minds. The other one is about he just cut out clippings of us talking and our old chats when we started out, and he put them, Joke Saturday. And then he's got two proper videos, which is one is about the value systems, one's about male nature and the alt-right. He talks about the mating strategies that's used right now in the present, depending on how how our needs are and how our resources are spent at the moment. That's actually a very good video. The second one, he put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, no, he's very insightful. That's for sure. There's things that views I have. I know the majority of MGTOW don't agree with. Like I feel that there is such a thing as Nawalts and unicorns. It's just because it's based off of each individual's idea of what a Nawalt is. You know what I mean?
I guess it could be subjective.
Yeah, definitely. So my idea of a Nawalt is different than someone else's, and who's to say I haven't ran into one or two.
You know what? Even if there are no walls, it's a fucking dime a dozen, man. I mean,
yeah.
I'd rather not take the risk.
I'm so burnt out at this point. Like, if you tried to introduce me to one, I'd be like, I'm good.
Yeah, no thanks.
Juice ain't worth the squeeze. I'll be over here. No, because I come from like a TradCon type of upbringing. You know what I mean? I grew up in the Midwest and the Bible Belt and all that. So it's hard for me to think outside the box with relationships and pump and dump and all that other stuff. The way I was raised, it's all about having a family and all that other stuff. And since I'm not interested in that, since I've crashed and burned there, I don't want to repeat that.
Fair enough.
Fear of crashing and burning. Just I don't have the purpose. I don't want more children. That's not something I want. I don't want to get married again. So.
Yeah, dude, India is literally, I think, it's filled with fucking TradCons.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
What's your number one religion over there?
Hinduism.
Huh.
We've got Hinduism, Christianity, and Islam. I think we've got quite a few.
Was real conservative though, like that.
Are you kidding me?
I don't know.
Oh, it's massively conservative. I mean, it's completely, man. It's you've got the
Just
whole
out of
system.
ignorance, I always lump in Hinduism with Buddhism. But
there's Hinduism, there's Buddhism, there's Jainism, there's Islam, there's Christianity, Sikhs. Quite a few religions here, man.
well, Buddhists, they're typically like real peaceful, right?
You can't really say.
Well, like if you look at the history of the world with wars and whatnot, typically.
Yeah, but Buddhism is supposed to be at peace, self-actualization and such.
Yeah, Zen and all that.
A lot for Hinduism as well. I mean, yeah, Hinduism, it has a lot of wars and conquest and things like that in the Mahabharata, Ramayana, and all that shit. But it's apparently for a just cause and such. So, yeah, but right now it's a major fucking shit show here when it comes to how these people are trying to control what people eat. Yeah, man. I mean, they're going around banning beef. Fucking, I love beef.
Oh shit!
So in some states, you can't eat beef. You'll actually be arrested if you eat beef.
Oof.
So it's because Hindus see the cow, not the what the fuck, the buffalo. What the fuck is the male of a cow? Buffalo, right? Or is it something else?
No, it's the bull.
Bull. Oh fuck yeah. Okay, so you can kill the bull and have its meat, but you can't kill the cow and have its meat.
Oh.
So basically, they're trying to, and in some states, they're completely banning beef whatsoever. Doesn't matter if it's bull or a cow. And people are getting killed left, right, and center. It's fucking bonkers, man. They're trying to bring it to our state as well. But our state, we love beef. Not just me. I mean, even the majority of the Hindus itself eat beef here, unlike a lot of the other states. Like even the state next to us, Tamil Nadu or Karnataka or Andhra Pradesh, they still love they worship the cow and they don't eat beef. But in Kerala, the state that I'm from, we are bonkers for beef, especially fucking fried beef.
What about chicken, man? Everybody loves chicken.
Yeah, chicken's good, but beef is love, man. Beef is heaven here. So these guys are it's basically it's a Hindu party right now. It's called the BJP or something, and they're trying to make it nationwide to stop beef. It's don't ask, man. It's fucking bonkers.
Are you familiar with Smokies?
Smokies, no.
I guess I was watching a documentary on it. In the UK, there's a bunch of people from Africa that migrated into the UK. Okay. And it's a delicacy to eat goats and lambs. And they call them smokies. And what they do, basically, they slaughter the animal. It's a complete carcass. They don't gut it. They keep everything intact. And then they basically burn the outside of the carcass. And everything cooks inside to a certain point. So all the intestines, everything, stomach, everything's inside. And then they cut it open and, disperse the meat. And it's like a delicacy done in Africa. And they're making it illegal in the UK. Well, it is illegal because of the health concerns.
I've seen it when I was in Nigeria as well. I lived in Nigeria for 5 years. Like I did my studies there, and then I used to go for holidays there as well because my dad worked there. And so with the compound where we stayed, we had like 24 different apartments, and out of that, I think around 21 or 22 of them were Lebanese. And they used to do the same thing with the goat, and some of them they used to even eat it raw. Like a few of the parts, they used to eat it raw.
Well, the guy that they had doing a reporting on this documentary, he tasted some of the meat at like one of these, it was like this family having a party. He's like, oh, this is so good. And then he went out to where they were actually processing these animals. And after they burned the animal, they sliced the thing open. They like filleted this goat in half. And he was like, oh, my God, that smell. He's like, oh, it's so horrible. I can't believe I ate that. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I think, man, all the innards, man, the intestines and the digestive tract is still in that animal, with all that waste and everything. And they're cooking it. It's just, it's gross.
I don't know. I'll eat any part you give me of a fucking thing, except for the balls.
Yeah, but man,
I've eaten the intestines. I've eaten the intestines. It's pretty tasty, to be honest.
You watch any footage, or if you've been to any of the different like factory farms that they have for these poor animals, man, these chickens and shit. It's unbelievable the kind of conditions these animals are living in.
Oh, dude, yeah, I know. The thing is, when we go to buy chicken here, I don't go to the supermarkets to get chicken. Well, I go directly to a farm. So they've got a chicken farm, and they kill you a live chicken right in front of you. You pick which one you want, and they kill you the chicken right there, cut it up, and give it to you. So I'm not going to, I don't go to the supermarket to pick up a thigh piece or a breast piece or whatever it is. I just get the whole fucking chicken right off. It was living probably 5 minutes ago, and so, I think to a certain extent, some people, when they see it, they don't feel like eating it. I don't know. I think I'm heartless in that department. Food is everything.
Yeah. Where I grew up in rural America, there was farms all over the place, and the big thing where I was at was chicken farms were popping up everywhere. And when you see how those things operate, because pretty much all they have to do, because the way they feed those chickens, it's like a liquid diet. It's basically they're sucking. Yeah, it's like liquid antibiotics and protein. That's all these chickens are eating all day long. But the only thing that the farmers really have to do is just pull out the dead chickens daily. And I mean, it's like truckloads out of each house of dead chickens.
Huh.
And then whatever's alive at the end of, the 8 weeks or 9 weeks, that's what gets thrown on a truck and gets processed. So that's cool that you can get, fresh chicken like that.
No, because over here now, my mom's got like around I think 10 different chickens in her backyard. She likes to keep them for eggs, and she sells the eggs. So we give them solid food. We don't give them liquid food for shit.
Yeah, they're little feeders. Kind of weird. I'm sure if you search it, you can find a video. But yeah,
Yeah, probably.
they're just nibbling on water all day long, the little liquid diet that they get. And then, man, the egg uh, situation they got going on. They show because the male chicks that are hatchlings for the egg industry, they're not engineered in a way where it would be good to keep them and raise them for meat.
Yeah.
So they just discard them like right after they've hatched. They figure out which ones are females, which ones are males, and they actually throw these things into a grinder live.
Oh fuck!
It spits them out the bottom, yeah, and they have no use for them. So it's crazy.
Oh damn, that is nasty, man. I mean, can you imagine fucking just going and dying fucking in a grinder?
Well, yeah, just especially like right after being born. Like, oh, wow, it sure is bright out here. And then, next thing you know, you get thrown into a grinder.
Oh, fuck yeah. Shit. That's not.
Yeah, but that's how they do it, man. It's all based around, everything goes back to money, man.
Yeah, of course.
Everybody thinks,
But it's funny, isn't it? I mean, everybody
correct and all this other shit.
You can see that a certain level of gynocentrism even in those things. Like when you look, actually having a chicken, like you have a farm. Now here for us, we've got probably 10 or 12 of them, and mom, she has only one male, and all others are female.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we need only one male to, mate with the other female. So who the fuck cares? I mean, we don't need more males. So if the males are born, we wouldn't want them.
Oh yeah, well, like that ranch I grew up on, I think we had 200 cattle, and we had 3 bulls, to impregnate the herd. And, so when all the calves were born in the springtime, about half of them would be, males. And not very often will we keep any of them. I mean, as far as like not castrating them, maybe 2 or 3 because they were registered and all that other stuff. And someone would want them to use in their herd. But yeah, most of them, they got castrated and they became steers, which ended up, getting butchered. So.
Oh fuck!
And then we would keep all the females, the heifers, because they made the herd bigger.
Yeah, they reproduce. That's it's a simple dynamic, isn't it? And it's just how it is in the human species as well.
Yeah.
It's just that the only difference is that they need some males around because we do shit, we build shit.
Oh, yeah.
If we didn't have that either.
For us.
Yeah, there's a lot of use for us, in the human species. So they absolutely need us. Like even if you look at a lot of the apes, they don't need all the males; they just need one male. Yep. Like in the gorilla species, orangutans, langur monkeys, silverback gorillas, bonobos are different. Bonobos are entirely different. But yeah, I mean, most of them, they just need one fucking male to mate with, and that's it. The alpha male, that's enough. Everybody, I mean, all the fucking gorillas or chimpanzees, they fight for that alpha position. I think it's only 5% of the male population of chimpanzees and gorillas actually pass on their genes. Just 5%. Can you fucking believe that?
So since things are so screwed up in India, do you guys have like an MRA movement over there as well?
Oh yeah, it's actually a pretty big movement. It's a lot bigger than.
So there's like an equivalent of a Paul Elam over there somewhere.
Well, we do have guys. There's a guy named Swaroop Sarkar, Uma Chawla, that's another female. Deepika is another female. Mostly females, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I got a lot of females in the MRA movement. I got quite a few men as well. But the most heard voices in India. Yes, Louis, bonobos are matriarchal. But yeah, in the what do you say? We've got this thing called the Save the Indian Family Foundation. I think it's called SIF, which is pretty huge in India. I think it's one of the biggest MRA movements. There's another guy named Amit Deshpande, I guess. He's also pretty. But most of the people that are heard are the females. I think there are 3 main ones. One is Deepika Bharadwaj, who's the documentary maker. Second is Jyoti Tiwari. And then there's one called Barka Tehran. These three are the most heard. I think even there are in a few articles about them. The women who fight for men's rights in India, in the BBC, they're in the CNN, and a lot of the Indian newspapers as well. But the male voices in the men's rights movements are really fucking taken up by the the mainstream media.
Wow.
Yeah, it's even the MRA is basically gynocentric.
Yeah, that happens.
Nah, I don't blame them for it. I mean, the ones who get hurt are the females. I mean, that's understandable because men complaining about their own shit, who cares, right?
Yeah, definitely not an issue.
It's very uncomfortable to listen to it. I understand why people don't actually listen to it because it makes sense, to be honest, because if you think about it, back in the day when you're living in the cave, a man who complains all the time and speaks about his thing seems to be useless. The man who does things, they'll be the ones who are passing on their genes, isn't it?
Yep.
So evolution basically selected for men and who do shit, don't complain much, and also selected women who don't reward men who complain a lot. So this is what we're left with. I understand the logic behind it, I understand the sense behind it, but yeah, it's not fair.
Yeah, that's for sure, man. So who's kind of curious, like who's your favorite MGTOW channels that you like to watch?
I think channels, I prefer Stardust and Barbarossa.
Oh, okay. So you like the what's that word?
I don't know what you're going for.
The philosophy side of MGTOW. See, because
Yeah,
I like
I listen to a lot of.
Huh?
I actually do a lot of reading on Evo Psych, and both of them, Barbar and Stardust, they talk a lot about evolutionary psychology and
Right.
how it actually. So I absolutely love it. I speak about that in a lot of my videos as well. I use Evo Psych to explain things that happen, why it would happen. I'm more interested in, like, I understand how it is, but I always want to understand why it is so. Like, how did it actually come to be, rather than, okay, fine, it is this, and so we need to find a way to move on. I'd rather find the origin of that particular behavior, and so Evo Psych is really helpful, and those guys do speak a lot about Evo Psych.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy the philosophy part of it, but at the same time, like an example, like my favorite channel is Paul Protis. I just like the way he tells the story and gives his idea like how he's living these days, and I really enjoy like the lifestyle type channels. Like
I like
MGTOW, this is what
Warhorse
I'm
as
doing
well.
now.
I like Warhorse as well. Warhorse, he's pretty cool.
Yeah, Warhorse is another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he shows how he actually, things that he does around his house, on his bike and things like that. It's pretty fun to watch.
yep.
Hey, XDare1457. I haven't actually seen you around. I don't know. Yeah.
Send the wolves after him.
SFM, come on, fucking wet him.
Oh yeah, some of them streams, dude. If it's a new face, like, who are you? What are you doing here? What do you think? Next thing you know, like all their fucking comments are deleted and are gone, banned from the rooms. Like, damn.
Now, but the thing is, I understand why he does, because there are a lot of trolls that come in, just to piss you off.
Oh yeah.
I think that's why he does it. He's basically trying to be more safe than sorry, kind of thing.
Yeah, like some dumb American said, you guys are paranoid.
Oh yeah. Yeah, she says, oh yeah, what did she say? You've been burnt once, so you guys are just probably paranoid. What is it? You can't. What, she told him that, are you gay, or did you get hurt by someone or some shit like that? I mean, that's the usual shit that comes out, doesn't it?
Yep.
Oh man. I mean, every single shaming language.
600 subs, man.
Huh?
I said, congratulations on 600 subs.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, I just hit the 600 yesterday. Yesterday. Oh yeah.
It's weird, man. When I pass like the 400 mark, my subs have been like an accordion. I will gain like 4 and then lose 7, and then it's just been like that ever since like 400. I mean, there's some weeks I'll gain like 20 and lose like 18. I don't know why, what's going on. And the thing is, what sucks about YouTube, and they should think about doing this in the future, is like kind of like when you close an account like on Facebook or something, they want like a reason.
Oh yeah, they give you feedback.
Like I'm spending too much time here, or I'm just not interested, or someone was stalking me.
Yeah, some sort of feedback would be good.
Yeah, because you have no idea, because no one says anything.
Oh yeah,
just disappear.
Yeah, I've lost a few as well. I actually went up to 602, and then it went down to 598, and then it came back to 600 again. Hey Trav, what's up?
Oh, it's traversable.
Yeah, he's on the chat.
No, it's crazy because it makes you scratch your head. Another thing I found that's funny, there's a couple people, they have subbed, and then they unsub, and then they sub back again.
Yeah, I've had this guy, Ichigo Kurosaki. It's like one of the animes, Bleach. His name is Ichigo Kurosaki, so I remember the name. He subbed like 4 times and then subbed back five times again. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, and what's funny is all these people that have unsubbed from my channel, because I'm not joking. If everybody stayed subbed to my channel would probably be twice the size. But the crazy thing is, out of all of them that have unsubbed, only like 2 or 3 of them, out of all of them, it was because their channel closed. So these are still people that are active. They're purposely unsubbing from me.
Channel's actually closed up. Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah. Who knows? I don't really buy into it all that much. So
it doesn't matter. For me, I just want more people to actually listen to it. I need more Indian men actually. I don't care if they listen to me, but I just fucking need them to go their own way, because this is a fucking it's a suicide net, literally, to be honest. It's like you're walking into the gas chamber during the Holocaust. That's literally what it is.
Yeah, and there's quite a few drawbacks to having a bigger channel. I see the shit that people go through that have the bigger channels. And the other thing is the amount of time, especially if you want to stay engaged on your channel, responding to a decent amount of comments and stuff. I don't know how guys like TFM respond to all the comments he does. And, because he has a job outside of YouTube. I think he's trying to make YouTube his #1 thing, but
yeah, I think he quit his job or something.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I know that was his focus, but I didn't know he actually committed to dropping out like that.
I think I remember SFM. You want to fucking come in?
Oh no, man! Things are going well.
SFM is the chat right now.
Yeah, he's been lurking.
Oh fuck! Oh, this. Louis actually put the chat. He put the link in the chat. Water cooler.
Did you? I'm curious. I didn't know. Have you already gone through like the marriage ringer and all that, or?
No. I'm 30.
Okay.
I'm 30 right now. Luckily, I fucking found this before. Before all this. I was engaged when I was 22 years old, to be honest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was engaged. I was engaged before I went to Sydney. So I got engaged just before I left. I think 2 days before I left, which was the stupidest thing I could do. She.
She fell in love, huh?
No, she ended up sleeping with her ex-boyfriend, so we broke it up. And I am so fucking happy.
Fell in love again. Yeah.
I'm so happy she did that. Fucking hell, dude. If that did not happen, I'd be fucking married with kids right now. I am so fucking glad she did. I even called her once and thanked her. I called her up and I'm like, you know what? Thanks a lot. Fucking thanks a lot. She's like, why? Listen, I know what you did was fucked up, but honestly, that saved my life. Because if you did not do that shit, I'd have been married to you, and my life would have been an absolute disaster. She's like, I'm
You know
not
that-
that bad. I'm like, did you look at yourself? I mean, is your husband happy at the moment? She's like, yeah, he's happy. And I'm like, what, you don't have any marital troubles? She's like, oh yeah, we do have stuff and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I don't want to do that. I'm lucky I escaped.
That reminds me of that thing that Staying Free MGTOW's favorite MGTOW channel said, heartburn. He was talking about, he goes, if you want to make yourself feel better, what you do, he's like, especially if you're like my age, because he's like mid-40s, he goes, go on Facebook and look up old girlfriends and shit. He goes, it'll make you feel a lot better about yourself on, the decisions you made. Oh, man.
Oh, shit. I didn't want to do it. The thing is, this chick is still a friend of mine because she's literally a family friend. So I can't really completely cut her out. I mean, I don't talk to her personally or go out with her or anything, but yeah, we do meet once in a while when their family comes over to our house or when we go over to their house. I try avoiding going there, but then sometimes I end up having to. Yeah, that's the only time I've actually seen her. I'd rather not see her, but I don't have the fucking choice. We have, like, my dad and her dad worked in the same company together. Mom's.
So you guys are basically cousins or something?
No. We're just old family friends. Luckily, fuck you. We're extremely, like, our mom studied in the same college. So they've known each other like a really long time. It's
Wow.
fucked up. So we can't really just cut them off. Yeah, even though there was some friction after the whole engagement broke up, we can't really cut them off completely because, old friends.
Yeah, you want to hear a really weird statistic, a fact about old Tim Blades? This one's kind of bizarre, with the exception of one. Out of all my previous girlfriends, long-term, short-term, whatever, every single one of them is a single mother right now. And only one of them has my children. Every single one of them but one is a single mother right now.
Wow.
I think that you can draw a connection to the kind of women I was.
Yeah, that says a lot. That says a lot.
But it's just the culture we live in.
Yeah, single mothers always, they like fucking put up on the pedestal. Oh, you single mom, you're doing all this shit and blah blah blah. Fuck that.
Well, I mean, some of them had children out of wedlock, but others got married, had kids, and then got a divorce. But they all have that same status.
Oh yeah, of course. But here there's still a little bit of stigma, like, the divorce stigma is going off. Single mother stigma is still there to a certain extent. But the fathers will never get the kids, of course. It's kind of fucked up. I think
you know what cracks me up? Sometimes you'll see different videos where another female is talking about the topic of single mothers, and they put a division line like, well, these women that had a divorce that are single mothers, I don't really consider them a single mother, compared to a female that had one out of wedlock or from a one-night stand or something. It's like, I don't know. They all kind of have like the same morals and, way of thinking, and they're in the same situation. So I don't separate the two. But
well, basically, I think the culture there is entirely different. It's, you still got the hookup culture. You've got no problems with single mothers, no problems with sexual promiscuity. Everything's, all hunky dory there. And that's the difference. Here, it's a little different. I mean, you've still got the stigma of being, a promiscuous woman to a certain extent. You've still got the stigma of being a divorcee or a single parent, or being a mother out of wedlock. That holds an extremely huge stigma here. So I'm hoping it stays. I don't think it will, to be honest. I think it's going to disappear in the next, 10 years or so.
Yeah, I actually came up with two terms to distinguish the two. I kind of made them up on my own, but I say that a chick that had a child out of wedlock or from a one-night stand, I refer to them as an organic single mother because it just kind of happened like naturally. And then you get the ones that went through a divorce and became a single mother. I call them a transplant single mother because they went from having everything set up, with a family and everything else, and then they decided to end it most times. Statistics say that anyway. So I consider them a transplant single mother. So but the thing is, you could be both. You could start out as an organic, get married,
then
have another
end up being a
child, and then
transplant.
become a transplant single mother.
What the fuck kind of fucking names are those, dude?
It's just something I came up with. I thought it would be something that would like take hold, and it'd be like a video of mine that would go viral, but it just didn't. It didn't get off the ground. Sometimes you got to throw ideas out there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, of course. I do that a lot.
TFM tried the whole sex toy thing. That didn't launch like he thought it would.
Sex toy?
Oh, you didn't know he was doing sex toy reviews?
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, man. No. Like pocket pussies and.
I did not know he was doing fucking reviews.
He said he was doing it as a joke, but I really think he was trying to see if it would take off because it was like the first person, within MGTOW that tried doing something like that.
Oh yeah, sex toy review: G-lust, wild girl, hot teacher, beautiful girl, pocket pussies.
Yeah, it caused a lot of problems too, man. I remember him and Howard Dare went on they were battling, they were beefing over that whole thing.
I cannot believe he tried that.
This shit up.
Yeah. Fox butt plugs almost did it, Brony. Well, I don't know, man. I to be honest, kudos to him for creativity because I would never have thought about that.
No, I guess one of the companies approached him, I guess, wanted to know if he would do it. He thought about it. He's like, yeah, I'll try it. I'll try anything once.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I actually like that. Always give everything a shot, except for addictive drugs. Yeah.
Here's my list of exceptions.
Except for addictive drugs. I mean, there are some drugs where even if you have it once, you're fucking hooked. I don't want to try that shit and get hooked onto it because that'll ruin my life. I'll be spending all my money on drugs after that. Fuck that shit.
One of the trollops I was dating, she was into different pills. She liked oxys and shit, and that wasn't the norm for me. I wasn't used to dating chicks that had like addiction problems, but I took exception for this one for some reason. But anyway, one night, like randomly, she was telling me, she's like, I wouldn't mind trying meth. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why? She's like, just to try it. I'm like, people try it once and they're hooked for life, right? She's like, no, I could control it. I'm like, oh man, it says every meth head everywhere. Unbelievable.
Damn.
And she didn't even come from like a horrible background. She actually had like a great family, like intact family, mother, father, grew up in the suburbs. Just one of those like overprivileged suburban kids that's bored.
That system, how if you're from a less fortunate families, you end up in drugs. Here I see the straight opposite in India because most of the people who are in maybe lower middle class families, they work fucking hard to get themselves out of that situation. And the ones who get into drugs are the fucking rich kids.
Yeah. It's they get that complex or bored. They got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we have no problems. Let's make some for ourselves because we're bored. Exactly. I'm not joking, man. This shit happens a lot.
No. I've actually, one of my friend's moms has the same problem. She's just she see problems. Even when everything's exactly the way she wants it, she'll still see a problem there. Just for the fucking hell of it, just for the fun of it. She's got to create some shit, and it gets so fucking nasty. He's pissed off. He doesn't even talk to her much nowadays. Hey,
I was looking at the chat. It looks like Traversible's trolling. I don't know if you want to ban him or what.
Oh fuck! He pre-shaved himself. Wait, who retracted his message?
I don't know. You haven't made anybody a moderator, have you?
No, and I'm not doing anything either.
You might be able to retract your own.
Probably, yeah, probably.
Comment, I don't know.
Yeah, could be. Because I haven't kept anybody as a mod, and I haven't I haven't deleted anybody's chats either. Okay, he did. I think we'll close it up for now. This was just anyway a test run.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
probably
cool.
start up next week. I'll be on SFM's live show. Oh, guys, who is here? Whoever hasn't actually seen me on SFM's channel, that's Staying Free MGTOW. I'm on his channel almost every Saturday night, if I have the time. But I'm pretty much on it. So the guys who've only seen me on here, you can come onto his channel, Staying Free MGTOW, and have some fun. Immediately, isn't it? In another half an hour.
Yeah, probably any moment.
Yeah, is it? Doesn't it start at? Oh, is it? Oh, fuck. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, go onto his channel. All right, guys, I'm gonna shut this down. It was a good test run in the end. We'll probably pick things up next week or the week after that.
Yeah, we should do another stream sometime. Me and you.
Oh yeah,
figure out
sure.
a topic and hammer it out.
Yeah, definitely.
Sounds good, man. It was good talking to you.
All right, cheers.
Later.
All right, guys. See ya.